Hi, I'm Ned. I make games, and today I want to improve my Toon Shader by adding spotlight shadows and better light blending. In my original video, a lot of you noticed that only the main light casts shadows. I want to fix this as best as possible. I'll also make lights behave in a more toony way by creating a crisp line between colors and changing how I handle intensity. It goes without saying, but you should work through the first video before you try this one. I'll put a link in the corner. I made this project in Unity 2020.1.7f1 and Universal Render Pipeline 8.2.0. Okay, so working from where we left off in the first video, it's time to add more shadow support. Unfortunately, the Universal Render Pipeline does not support shadows for extra directional lights or point lights. I have heard that Unity is planning to change this in the future, but for now, it's not really possible unless I code my own render pipeline. Maybe a topic for another video? Regardless, I'll focus on spotlights here. Remember those additional keywords which enabled shadows before? If you add one more, additional_light_calculate_shadows, you get spotlight shadows. In the Toon graph, add a new Boolean keyword. Type in the reference, set the definition to multi-compile, and set the default to checked. In Unity, select any material using the Toon shader. Enter debug mode in the inspector, and add the new keyword to the material shader keyword field. Remember to leave a space between each keyword, then turn off debug mode. You might notice shadows immediately, but if not, select the pipeline settings asset. Under lighting, set additional lights to per pixel, the per pixel object limit to at least 1, and cast shadows to on. In addition, make sure your spotlight is set to cast soft shadows. Now, you might notice that if you have two lights with different colors, the colors smoothly blend together. That's not very toony. It would fit the style better if there was a crisp line between the colors. To fix that, I need to edit the Add Additional Lights function in Lighting.hlsl. Right now, I average between all colors to find the final color for a pixel. I want to, instead, choose the color corresponding to the strongest light, which is also the light with the highest diffuse attenuation. Create a variable to hold the highest diffuse and initialize it with the main light's value. For each additional light, if that light is stronger than the highest diffuse we've stored, save its color and store that light's diffuse value. This way, we'll have the color of the strongest light when the loop is complete. Now make sure to delete all the old averaging code. Check it out! There's the crisp line Toon Shaders are made for, but there's one other thing I want to change. If you need to increase the range of a point or spotlight, you need to change its intensity. I don't really like two things about how that works. First, it washes out colors, and second, it causes some weird artifacts due to the way we handle diffuse attenuation. Head back into the Lighting.hlsl file. Unfortunately, you can't access a light's intensity directly, but Unity multiplies the light color by its intensity, so we can approximate it. I do this by finding the maximum component of the color, which corresponds to the value in a hue saturation value conversion. Code this idea into a function called getLightIntensity, and then multiply its return value with the distance attenuation. Don't forget to take care of the main light too. That's the first problem solved, but intensity still washes out colors. To fix that, I'll add a few nodes to the Calculate Lights graph. First, a color space conversion node to convert the light color from red, green, blue to hue saturation value, or RGB, to HSV. Next, a split node to separate the vector's components, allowing me to replace value with 1, removing light intensity while preserving hue and saturation. To wrap it up, rebind the components back into a vector 3 and convert back to RGB. Save the asset and go back into your scene to play around with the lights. You can better control lighting without washing out colors. It looks good. And that's it. Thanks for all the comments on my first Toon Shader video. I hope I addressed the shadow issue here. If Unity adds supports for more light types, I'll be sure to make another video about that. Until then, please subscribe so you'll see any updates, and don't hesitate to comment if you're having any issues. Thanks so much for watching. Please leave a like if this tutorial helped you. It lets YouTube know to recommend this video to others and really helps the channel. How do you plan to use Toon Shaders in your project? Is there any topic you'd like to see a video about? Thanks again for watching, and make games.